guess where we are today? Do you know where we are?
You told me that we're at Tunnel Hill.
Tunnel Hill Heritage and Museum,
And
right?
they really have a tunnel. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and we're going to show you actually the tunnel that you'll find here at Tunnel Hill. It's great. It's going to be so much fun. I have been here. You've never been here,
I
so
didn't know
I
they
wanted to
had a
bring
tunnel.
Sassy up here to see.
I just thought they called it Tunnel Hill because it sounded cool. I didn't know
No.
that, but so they
It's
got
a
a tunnel.
lot of
and we
it-
get to go in it apparently.
Yeah, a lot of history here. We're going to go into a home. Hey, look at this. Look at the clothes here. You know, does this look good on you?
Yeah,
That's actually a wedding dress, I understand. This was a wedding dress back when, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great show today.
Gonna learn a lot.
Gonna
I
learn
think.
a lot. She's gonna learn a lot. I know it. No, I'm just teasing. All right, so stay with us here back on Southern.
Sassy.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Southern.
Sassy.
And today we're gonna learn a lot of history, right, J. Marie?
They tell me there's still a tunnel. I haven't seen it yet, but we're in Tunnel Hill and we're in the museum, and there's a lot of like old stuff.
Yeah, it's great. It's so exciting. Jennifer is here and going to tell us, like J. Marie, you mentioned, like, what do you do if you come up here, right?
Well, we drove all the way up to Tunnel Hill. So
Number one.
Number one, I want to know how much is up here if I'm going to drive this far.
Tell us what's here.
Well, we are a little bit off the beaten path, but we do have a lot to offer. So anybody who comes in, we have this great museum that you can go through and explore. There are a lot of artifacts and things that were actually found here on the property. And then we put you in a golf cart and we take you out on a tour of the property. And out here we have a tunnel through the hill, Tunnel Hill.
A real live
A real
tunnel.
tunnel through the hill.
Not a pretend tunnel.
No.
Okay.
And this tunnel was built in 1848, and
Really?
it played some significance in the Civil War. We had the great locomotive chase that came through. Also out on our property, we have a home, the Clisby Austin home, and that was also built in 1848. And during the Civil War, it served as a hospital. And then it also served as Sherman's headquarters when he and his gang that came through town. They spent some time there, and that's where they planned out their Atlanta campaign.
Can you believe that? That is just amazing to me.
So the
honestly.
people in Tunnel Hill supported Sherman? Y'all were on
Well,
his
we
side?
didn't really support him. He just came in.
Well, you
and he
gave
used
him
the
a house. It sounds like you gave him a house.
I don't think anybody gave him anything. Sherman pretty much took what he
I'm just saying, I don't think that sounds real Southern to me, but okay. We'll see. Y'all enabled him to burn down Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
No,
Yeah.
No. He had already
just
kind of
saying.
taken over at
Yes,
that point.
yeah,
He just took over
he
and
just
made
took
his
over,
headquarters.
yeah.
Okay. So we're going to learn about that. That's
Yes,
funny.
we'll go out and see the house and the tunnel.
Hey, let's go.
I just want to see the tunnel.
Yeah, well, I want to see the house.
You get to see both.
Yeah, but people can come here and do tours, right?
Yes, we do tours. We're here Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5. We do tours all day long. Like I said, we'll take you out on a golf cart. So if you
let's
don't
go.
want to walk it, we'll just put you on the golf cart and we'll carry you out and guide you through and tell you all about it, give you all the history.
So if we just Google it, we can find you?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
just Google it if y'all need
Tunnel
it.
Hill.
Tunnel Hill.
Just Tunnel
It'll come
Hill.
up.
Tunnel Hill
Yeah.
Heritage Center,
Yeah, exactly.
Western and Atlantic Railroad Museum.
Okay, let's get on the cart. Let's go to the tunnel.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, welcome back to Southern.
Sassy, we're going to see a tunnel.
Sassy's gonna get to see her tunnel after all. This is so cool. Jennifer, you're the chauffeur today. So
Yes. So we have over 85 acres of land out here. Now all of this, we've got a nice little walking trail, and all of that is open to the public to come walk and explore.
How long's the trail?
It's about a mile. Goes
Okay.
around about a mile.
So where's the tunnel? I don't remember.
We're heading straight for it, just over this bridge here.
I was going to say, that looks like a bridge. I was getting ready to be real upset if you brought me out here for a bridge.
This is it.
It's a pretty bridge, but it ain't a tunnel.
Aw. Fun. Now, you were talking about there's the house
the
we're going to
house.
go into later on.
That is the Clisby Austin house.
Okay. And we're going to get a tour of that, right? And tell a little bit of the
are.
history about
Yes.
that. But now this land and everything was donated by the Holcombs
Yes,
family?
the Holcomb family. They are the last family to own the property here, and they donated it to the county.
Okay. All right, now when was this tunnel built?
The tunnel, construction started on the tunnel in July of 1848.
Okay.
And the tunnel is 1,477 feet long.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, isn't this neat? And what was the significance of this tunnel with the Civil War?
so this is the Western and Atlantic Railroad Tunnel, and during the Civil War, we did have the Great Locomotive Chase come through this tunnel. So that is a story. There's a great Disney movie you can go watch to tell you a lot about that story. But basically, you had a group of raiders who stole a train engine, bringing it up north, and it traveled through this tunnel during that chase.
So they had to blast through this mountain
Yes.
to run. Look at this.
Isn't this the coolest
What
thing?
did they use back then to blast with?
So back in those days, this was before dynamite. So when they built the tunnel, they used what is called a two-man rock drill. And there are some rocks up here where you can see the groove marks left from that drill. And basically they just took the drill. It was a long rod with a star tip. And one guy would hold the tool and twist it as another man would be hitting the top with a sledgehammer.
Good
and they would
grief.
drill these holes into the rock and pack it with black powder, put a fuse in there, light the fuse and run, and blast back as much of the rock as they could.
Wow.
And that, where you see these little marks, those are the groove marks left from the drill marks.
That took a long time.
Yes, that
I
did
mean,
take a
that
lot of time
was-
and a lot of muscle.
Okay.
And when they built the tunnel, it was built by Irish immigrants, and you had two crews that worked on the tunnel. You had one crew that started on the west side and one crew that started on the east side, and they worked toward each other.
Oh, that was smart.
Yes.
I wouldn't have thought of
And
that.
here we
Would you have
have
thought of that?
No, I wouldn't.
I would just started on
big-
one side.
Big boulder that they had to dig through. And right here on this rock, you can see a really deep drill mark there.
Wow, that is big. Yeah.
That
See a
was
lot of
pretty
drill
smart.
marks, yeah.
So,
I don't think I'd
this
want that
tunnel
job.
Was the final piece of the puzzle to finish out the rail line from Atlanta to Chattanooga. So it was a pretty important piece.
Now, I read somewhere that you had a lot of different movies have been featured on the property, right? It's been
We
a lot
have,
of
yes.
movies.
In this tunnel, in fact, we had just a few years ago, they came and filmed the movie Godzilla, the new Godzilla movie. Yeah.
Neat.
Now, right here, this section of the tunnel you can see is all rock. So this crew that was working down on this west end, they had this big, huge boulder that showed up just dead center of where they were building. And it took them 3 months to get through this section of the tunnel.
Ooh, it's kind of scary in here.
I'm trying to figure, because if they're blasting the sides, look how tall this thing is.
Wow.
So a train went through here is what you're trying to tell me.
Oh yeah, lots of trains went through here.
I understand that they had so many that at one time they had to kind of stop it because a lot of them were getting congested in here or something. I don't
Well,
know.
the
I just read
tunnel,
something.
it was used it's actually opened and was completed in 1850. So started in July of 1848, completed in 1850. So it took them
that's
just slightly
great.
under 2 years to complete the tunnel.
Why have I got these on? I knew it was dark in here. My gosh.
It's nighttime,
Sorry.
Judy.
Duh.
And so the tunnel was used from 1850 up until 1928.
Wow.
And by that time, the trains were getting a little bigger, and they weren't really fitting through the tunnel very well. They were actually had some that were scraping the top. They even had some that got stuck in here.
Oh.
So at that time,
That's
they
not
built what we call the new tunnel, even though it was built in 1928.
Okay, so that's the brick where the brick came from. Oh, so that's like the addition.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So they blasted through, but then they had to. Oh, okay.
Now, how did this help with the Civil War?
Well, a lot of supplies came through here. So on the rail line during the war, they carried a lot of supplies back and forth between Atlanta and Chattanooga.
Oh.
And then, like I said, also the Great Locomotive Chase came through here. And that was Union spies who went and stole a stole an engine called the General. And they brought the General up north to Chattanooga, where the Union was moving into, tearing up the track as they went along. So that the great locomotive chase, the conductor of the General was named Fuller. And he stopped at the Lacey Hotel in Kennesaw for breakfast, and he looks and sees his engine riding away without him. So he gets up and he chases after it. He goes through a lot of adventures chasing down his General, his engine. And when they get this, the chase came through this tunnel. So the General blazed through here, and then Fuller was chasing after him, and he came through here.
That's a great.
So the moral of that story is don't eat breakfast in Kennesaw and leave your train running. Because you're going to come back to find it gone.
Our time is going to run out on us. We got to get to that that home too.
I know. You've been telling me how pretty that is. I want to go see it.
All right. So, hey, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. And when we're back, we'll be in the home. Right?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
All right, Miss Sassy, do you want to go into the general store?
No, but I am looking at that flag. I don't recognize it. Was that like a Union flag or something, or?
We have a police officer that lives back there. And right here we have our replica of a general store. So when you come for the full tour, we'll take you in our general store. And we have a lot of really fun antiques in there that we get to go in and play with, tell you all about them.
Do you remember those Coca-Cola bottles like that, Jane Marie? Or you?
Oh yeah, the little squatty ones.
Yeah.
My grandma Prince used to have them. She only wanted the little Coca-Cola bottles because she could put a whole bag of peanuts in it. Did you ever do that? And she'd put a bag of peanuts in her little squatty bottle of Coke, and it was just the perfect ratio.
Oh
Yeah, we grew up with those.
Yeah, I did too. I love this house.
Yes.
I would like to live here. I love this.
I like the
This
porches.
is the Clisby Austin house.
Okay. And how much acreage did you say was here?
Well, the county right now has about 85 acres of land out here that they own. But when Mr. Austin came into town, he had well over 100 acres here that he worked.
Wow. Now, he was a farmer, right? But he's also a preacher, right?
Preacher,
farmer.
Was a jack of all trades. He came here in 1848 with his family. He was a preacher. He built the Methodist Church. He also ran the post office. He was postmaster. He also ran a store in town.
He did it all.
He did all kinds of things here.
Wow.
Yes. And he came in 1848 and built this beautiful home that we have here.
Now, to me, this is amazing in 1848 for it to be here and look so great even now.
Yes,
I
it's
love
been
that.
very well taken care of and kept up.
Okay.
It's quite a testament to brick.
Yes, it is. Very much so.
If he built it out of siding, it might not be here. Especially that, that old cheap stuff we used to use.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I thought someone was
Lord, have
here.
mercy. I liked
Oh,
I thought there was somebody sitting there. I wasn't
Look at
expecting that.
Now, who is this supposed to be?
wow.
So
That's funny.
this is General Sherman. And General Sherman and one of his aides over by the fireplace there.
Hello, General Sherman.
So Sherman did come into our area. He did spend some time here in this home. This would have been in 1864. And he came here with 3 armies under his command at the time. So he had over 100,000 guys with him at the time that would have camped out all around the house here. And Sherman and his top aides stayed in the home, and this is where they planned the Atlanta campaign, how they were going to take Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean, they were in such control at this time,
Yeah, so the home, like I said, is built in 1848. The floors in this room and upstairs are original. Now, as we come into this section here, the home at one time was also used as a hospital. So you might see a little surgery going on in this room.
Really?
Here. Don't let it startle you.
So Sherman's people would be out here and camp out, but they'd have surgery if they were.
Well, the house was used as a hospital before Sherman's arrival here. So you had the Clisby Austin family. They lived here for a little over a decade, and then when the war started, they got out of town because they were more on the Union side. So it got a little hairy here for them. So they got out of town, and at that time the home was used as a hospital. So this would have been after the Austin family left and before Sherman's arrival. So during 1863 the house was used as a hospital.
Wow.
Now up here, when you get to this part of the tour, we have General Hood in residence, and we talk about him and tell his story. As you can see, Hood got quite a severe leg injury in the Battle of Chickamauga, if you've ever visited that battlefield. A lot of history there, and he did fight there. Had a pretty big leg injury there, so we kind of tell you all about him and his adventures in the war and kind of where he ended up. And maybe even where his leg ended up.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
So you want to come here and do the tour because you will tell us
exactly.
What's that?
Did your grandparents have a potty chair?
No.
Yeah, they didn't.
No. I guess they had to
had-
have a potty chair though, didn't they?
I had a set of grandparents. They lived out in the country. They
Really?
had a potty chair. Well, and a wash basin too, or one
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
I had one grandparent that had one like this.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the potty chair.
But, oh, I do.
Wow, this is so
That
cool.
was before the outhouses, I guess.
Yeah. Now, hey, you know what? Now you have some bandages, I guess. Is this what this was
Yes.
that they used?
Yes, this was just some replica of some bandages that they would have used. You remember the house was used as a hospital for a
Yeah.
time.
Well, but he doesn't have a leg anymore, so he doesn't need a bandage. I think that leg's too
right.
far gone.
Hey, let's go up here and look at this.
Oh,
one
look
real
at
quick.
this, Judy.
Oh,
You wanna
look
make
at
a phone
telephone. Boy, has it
Hello.
Heather?
Hello. Oh. I didn't make a connection.
No, you did not.
Oh, well.
Boy, have they changed.
I
Wow.
know.
Look at this. Hey, look at this spin room. I guess. What did they call this room, Jennifer? What did they use this for? What
This is set
room?
up as a sewing room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that looks like a spindle.
Yeah.
I know that from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Remember?
Wow. Yes.
I got one. My grandmother sewed my clothes on a sewing machine like that old Singer.
Yep. Hey,
That
let's
was
take a look
cool.
at this one.
That
Wow.
was really
look
cool.
at this. So tell me
That's
about
pretty.
this one, Jennifer.
This room we just have set up as another bedroom.
Okay.
Looks like somebody's got their clothes on the bed, Judy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Because
There
somebody's
you
here
have
for the night.
a carpet bag.
Ooh. Look at
Oh,
that. That's cool.
carpet bag.
All right. Hey, let's go back outside real quick one more time before our time's up, okay?
Okay.
Check it out. So all this was farmland.
Mm-hmm.
So what did he grow? Like
He grew corn, hay, things like that. Down here in front of us, we have the original spring house, this building here.
What's a spring
so
house?
there was a spring that ran up through there. That is where they would go to get all of their water.
Oh.
And this is also where they would store any kind of food items they needed to keep refrigerated.
oh.
No, so that was cooler because it was underground?
Yes, and there was a spring that
Oh.
ran through there.
Okay, so that's kind of their, I guess that was before they had modern refrigeration.
Exactly. Yes.
So
Interesting.
was it like a little community that lived around here? Because
Yes.
you've got a general store, you've got
Tunnel Hill at this time was called Tunnelsville. And it was just kind of a village
Really?
through here, yes. And so Mr. Austin came here. He loved this area. He loved Tunnelsville and built this home, which he called Meadow Lawn because of the beautiful meadow that it's on.
wow. So
Interesting.
the people that lived around here, they would go to the general store and shop and do their
Yes.
thing, and then they would they could take the train.
Yeah, the train came through. The house was at one point used as a hotel, kind of like a bed and breakfast. So people would get off at the depot
Wow.
up where we started out at the museum
Yeah.
and walk over here and stay the night.
It's just amazing. See, I mean, how many people really know about this gym that's up here? You know that?
Tunnelsville.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it's
kinda
just
cool.
unbelievable what you'll
I
find.
wonder
up
why
here.
they changed. I guess because Tunnel Hill, because it went
And
through
then we
the
have
hill.
the tunnel coming through the hill. So it
Okay,
became Tunnel
Tunnel
Hill.
Hill versus Tunnelsville.
Yeah, and then again, as you mentioned, there's a lot of people like movies that this area has been. Come over here, Miss Sassy.
Oh,
Where
sorry.
are you going?
No, I'm just looking around because now it's like, okay, there's like so much to look at. I'm just kind of, there's
It
a
is.
caboose up there, and I'm like trying to figure, okay,
It's
she's
amazing.
bringing all these pieces together. So as she's
Yes.
talking, I'm like, oh, look at
We have
the
some
deer.
deer running across
Oh
the
my
field.
God!
And so as she's talking, I'm
There
just
they
trying to
go.
bring all the pieces together.
We do have a lot of deer that run across here. There they go, right on cue. We have a lot of
Wow.
groundhogs and things like that. So there is a lot of historical significance to the home. Like I said, Sherman came through and spent some time here. Also, General Hood, who came through and spent some time here.
I just think it's neat that it
Recovering
was
from a pretty severe leg injury, and we'll tell you that story about his leg when you come for the full tour.
All right, full tours can be here, but hey, check it out on the website.
Yes.
We've got the address we're putting up there, so hey, it's been fun, hasn't it?
I've learned a
Sassy?
lot, and I got to see a tunnel. And I got to learn some amazing facts. This has been really neat.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah,
Lots
thank
of
you
fun.
so have you. Thank you so
much.
much for coming.
And I hope everyone out there has enjoyed a little bit of Southern
Sassy. I got to see a tunnel. It's been a good day. It's been
It
fun.
has been fun.
It was worth the drive to Tunnel Hill.
Yeah, absolutely. So many wonderful things that you're going to find here. I love, this makes me even more appreciate history and just the ride through the tunnel, just to think we actually rode through a lot of history just right there.
And just how it was built. It was really interesting. So, tunnel.
Yeah,
There's really a tunnel in
there
Tunnel
really
Hill. I'm so
is.
excited.
I know.
Made my day.
Yeah, you can go on the website, find out more information about it, and come up here and take a tour like we did.
Yeah, come
it's
see it.
well worth your time.
Come see
in
it for
Tunnel
yourself.
Hill, Georgia. See you next time.
To advertise your business on TV, contact Elliott Media at 706-529-4237.